All right, guys. Ian and Ben from Central Coast Disc Golf, and we have the 2016 Otter Open, Ben.
Yeah, that's right out in Seaside, California at the CSU Monterey Bay. They have two courses on their one that they combined for the 27-hole layout during the 2011 World Championships. Today we'll be seeing the Oaks course set on a 20-hole layout, and it's going to feature most tables that were used during the Worlds.
Nice. All right. Well, hey Ben.
Yeah,
Let's watch some disc golf.
I think that sounds like a fabulous idea.
Awesome. All right, guys. We're at hole 1 on the Oaks course out at CSUMB, and we're playing the Oaks course. We're not playing the other Cypress at all, Ben.
No, they will feature it in the final 9.
Okay.
But it's the first 3 rounds are all on the 20 holes at the Oaks course, which
Okay.
most of them were featured in the Worlds in 2011.
Cool. All both are really fun courses, though. So.
Yeah, they each have their own little distinct flavor.
Got our players right there. Chris and Matt are Lat sponsored. Nico is Nico sponsored.
That's right.
And Jason is he
Jason
Jason's?
sponsored.
Jason sponsored, yeah.
Yeah. They're all aside from Jason, who's a Monterey local.
Mm-hmm.
They're all living most of the time in the off season anyway, up far north in California, sort of the Grass Valley area.
Gotcha. So we're at hole 1 here, 708-foot par 4 is really wide open. I think the only B is extremely far right and extremely far left. And then your second shot, you're putting it just to the right of all those trees down there.
Yeah, Nico didn't get quite the flex he wanted on that. He might be a little off today. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know. A little bit low. Definitely. I mean, it's definitely way out there though. So he should be able to birdie from that.
This is kind of a throw it as far as you can and then hyzer for the birdie.
Exactly, Ben.
And the hyzer might just go in for eagle.
Exactly. Yeah. Chris with a pretty good pump right there, man.
Yeah, Chris. I believe they're on the enforcer there. Gets that quite a bit out there.
Yeah, solid crush job. And speaking of crush job, Matt Bell.
Yeah, Matt's got quite a bit of power. He's throwing a West Side Giant here. Flexing it out, and that thing goes.
Yeah, he throws far.
Very far, yeah.
Yep. And up last is Jason. Throwing a boss, right?
Yeah, Jason actually throws a few different bosses, and you'll see him throughout the video. This is one of his favorites, the blue one.
Yeah, little flippy on that boss right there.
Yeah, but
gets it out there.
Get it right about the center by the time it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at Nico's second shot. Just a nice hyzer. You want to fish left of that fluffy tree and right of all the cypress trees.
Yeah, I believe Nico's throwing a glow firebird there and just spiking that thing.
Nice. And he finished just long. Like 8 feet or something?
Something like that. Yeah, those cypress trees are real catchy, so you want to make sure, even if you're a little bit past the basket, that you're not up in the tree.
Absolutely. Good shot from Chris. And looking at Jason's second. Chris finished a little right pin high.
Yeah, just a little bit more than he wanted, really. And then Jason landed pretty good.
Mm-hmm. See what his putt looks like. And looking at Matt's second shot.
Matt's looking to spike it probably along the same line as Nico.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
no, Ben.
Matt got the whole 6 at De La Viega treatment right there.
He did. You never think it's going to happen, but it'll happen.
No, there's a lot of people that even aim for that pull at De La Viega, and then they're thinking, oh, I'm never going to hit it.
Yeah.
And then they do.
They do. Looking at Matt's third shot, that was a great upshot. Compensating for that second shot. And looking at Chris for a birdie. Finished pin high right.
Yeah, I'd say he's about circle's edge, maybe a little closer.
Yeah.
Oh, right off the top.
Putting is always tricky at Oaks with this wind, Ben.
Yeah, it's a sneaky wind. You can see the cypress moving just a little bit there, which means it's probably moving a lot.
Yeah.
Because those trees are really thick and pretty heavy, so they don't usually show off quite how much wind there is.
Exactly. Nice putt from Matt. Save par. Looking at Jason for a birdie, Ben.
Yep. Oh, just got a little nose down on that.
Huh. Weird.
That's okay. Jason's a good player. I think he'll probably shake that off.
Definitely. Nico went a little bit long, coming back for his birdie.
He should have this.
Mm-hmm.
Nico, a very meticulous putter most of the time.
Yes, very
It's
true.
weird sometimes you'll see him kind of step right up and launch a drive, but when he comes down to putt, he tends to take his time.
He does.
But also one of the best straddle putters in the game.
No doubt. Chris making a par along with Jason.
Yep. I think they're all thinking they should have got that birdie. I mean, Nico did, but
yep.
This is one as a pro that you're thinking you need to get.
Yeah, 700 feet wide open. That should be a birdie.
So we'll see if these guys come out fired up for the next hole.
Yeah, we'll see. Going across the road to hole 2. 200, what? Yeah,
We go from a very long par four to a
yeah,
very short par three. Chris showing off a huck face here for just a little shorty.
that was a solid one right there.
Yep.
You see a lot of people go up the middle with kind of a flex with a mid range, kind of overseal mid range. It looks like that's what Nico's doing right here, Ben.
Nico's throwing his Daredevil Grizzly, a new sponsor for him.
Wow.
And they don't make him, throw all Daredevil discs, as I don't even think they have a full lineup yet. But,
Yeah.
Nico's happy to throw that and show off their gear a bit.
Yeah, parked it. Looks like, sorry, Chris has a similar line
Chris going to be throwing a
in
West
mind.
Side Harp here. It's an overstable putter approach type disc. And
Mhm.
throw it hard enough, you might just get it there like that.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
Yeah.
So it looks like Matt's going to show off the other line, Ben.
Yeah, it's the big forehand line. It's a little tricky because you have to throw it pretty high just to get there. So while it's only 263 feet, you're really throwing a 300-plus foot shot.
Mm-hmm. And Matt put up there flat, and it crashed real close, man.
Really to perfection.
Yeah, great shot. And Jason going back to the up the middle line.
Yeah, throwing the KC Pro Rock. Just try to flex that, and it doesn't really flex.
It didn't, did it?
He must have just kind of let the air get under it a little bit, push it.
So he's playing smart right here. He's laying up for a par. And everybody else has almost drop-ins for these guys. Matt with the longest putt.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jason had to lay up. So another thing you'll see with Jason is he uses a rock sometimes for his longer putts. He's got a beat-in Star San Marino rock.
Kind of makes sense in the wind sometimes.
Yeah, playing out in Monterey a lot. This is actually not anywhere near as heavy wind as you expect from Monterey.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they really faced anything more than 10 miles an hour aside from some gusts. But
Wow.
normally in Monterey, you can expect to see 20-mile-an-hour wind on any given day.
Yeah, Otter Open has had some brutal weather in the past.
Yes, this is pretty tame by comparison.
Yeah, the year I played it was drizzling the whole weekend and like 20-mile-an-hour winds.
But you're going to see, you will see a nice variety of weather this weekend. I will promise you that.
Yeah. Man, I had a dead center putt just blow right back at me that weekend.
Yeah. Monterey loves to do that.
It sure does. I wanted a hole 3, and this hole just confounds me, Ben.
Yeah, this is a kind of a weird big flex shot. You just got to steer clear of those trees on the right. You can try to kind of flex hard around all of them with something really overstable, but that's an even tougher shot than what you saw Nico do.
Yeah, that's usually what I try, but it never works out.
No, and if you're up in those trees, which happens a lot, that's your 2-meter penalty as per NorCal. And even if you do come down, you're probably just pitching out for bogey.
Oh, absolutely.
So Chris played it nice and safe off to the left. He should be able to just lay it up for par.
Yeah, it's a lot more open over there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really tough birdie to get. Plays more like 400 with a tough flex shot.
Yeah. And didn't see Matt's finish there. And looking at Jason taking the boss line. Also looks like he's got an Annie lined up.
Yeah. Had a little bit of glare issue going on here. We were shooting right into the sun, and I was still kind of messing with the auto white balance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This will be a free video for our Patreon subscribers.
Yeah, I hope you guys can still enjoy it regardless. I asked Ian to do that.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Yeah, after the first 8 holes, it gets a lot better. Even right now, you can see it's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But it's the controls are a little interesting, so I'm still figuring that out. But I think I got it now.
Nice, dude. Look at Matt for birdie.
Oh yeah, and
Wow.
Matt's been known to throw in some real long jump putts.
Yep.
Gave that one a chance.
And Nico for his 2.
Way outside. Oh, almost connects right off the top.
Wow. Yeah. Good looking run. Matt dropping in his par.
Yep.
Which is no shame in a par on this hole.
No, anytime you can even have a chance at a birdie on this hole is pretty good.
Yeah. Generally not losing strokes with a par. Some more pars from those guys.
Yep.
And a little par frame action right there. Nico still has a lead at 2 down. And we are on to hole 4. And Ben, tell us about hole 4.
Hole 4 is used to be the hole 1 on the Oaks course. It's a par 4, and it's sort of a hyzer out to, as you see Peter McBride here, you want to miss all the stuff that's kind of straight ahead and then set yourself up with a good placement to attack a really narrow fairway to the basket.
Yeah, I really like this hole. Really cool design.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. You got to, on the second shot, lay your probably a hyzer over all the trees into a very narrow zone.
Yeah, it's a really tough second shot. You have to
Yeah.
have a good placement shot and then a great second shot to get a
And you
birdie.
really have to be crushing it to get those 2 shots there.
Oh yeah. Looked like a pretty good pull from Nico. He landed in a pretty nice spot. Looking at Chris's pull right here. And I didn't see that one finish.
I kind of lost that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Still having a little glare issue.
And look at him, Matt Bell. Throwing a hyzer flip.
And again, a little bit of glare going on here, but it looks like he's hyzering that one pretty good. There it is.
Oh yeah, there it fades out. Yep.
And he's kind of in the good zone.
Yeah, he's right in the middle of the fairway. Yeah, you want to finish left as long as you miss everything.
Yeah.
You have to get out about 320 feet, and then you can cut left.
You're actually going to see Jason pump it out to the right with a flex shot.
Really?
It's kind of a unique route. It's nice because it takes the chance of going into those trees that are straight ahead out of the way a little bit, but I think it's a much tougher second shot if you're really trying to get the birdie.
Gotcha. Also, it looks like Chris finished right in the rough there. Matt finished right in the middle of the fairway, and you'll see the second shot is no cake. Yeah, it's no cakewalk.
You can't just throw a line drive at it.
You're throwing over all these trees, and the basket's back in that little inlet of fairway.
That was good. It cut back pretty good.
Wow.
You can try to snake one. You can see Nico's got about as good as look at the slow snake shot as you can take, but he's still going to go over the top because if you hit one of those trees early, you're toast.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing the big hyzer like Nico does, you should end up within 30 if you're, someone who can throw it that far.
That was an impressive shot.
Yeah.
Like, this is no joke right here. Looking at Chris's third, and did you yoink that one, Ben?
It looks like he went a little too wide. He may have slipped a little, and oh boy, it did not hook up enough. Oh. He's going to be in some rough.
Yeah, that rough off to the right is unforgiving.
No, it's a sort of a must-pitch situation most of the time.
Yeah. So this is
Give me Jason's third. I believe I missed his second shot.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And it's a little wide, but it looks like he got pretty much there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Chris from the rough. He's going to be happy to just get a bogey here.
Yep, there he is pitching out for Bogue.
Out pretty good, yeah.
Looks like Matt also finished in the right rough.
Yeah, he didn't quite get all the way clear all that stuff, but he might have a low look at it.
Ooh. He makes crazy long putts too on the regular.
I think Matt has one of the best looking jump putts out there, really.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Paul, the two people that come to mind, would hit absurd putts on the regular.
I think I heard Paul say even about himself, he's probably top 5 in about every category. He's not lying. He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong at all. And there's Nico carding the only bird I want to say, man.
Yeah, that's a really good bird, and he got it. I mean, yeah, a player like Nico, when you have that kind of power, it eliminates a lot of variables.
Yeah, that's a stroke on the field and probably 2 on a quarter of the field.
And Matt putting lefty here, a unique approach.
Wow, how about that?
How about that?
He's a cool dude like that.
You wanted to show that off a little.
Nice. I'm a Matt Bell fan. He's cool.
Oh yeah, Matty B.
He's a cool cucumber. He's pretty chill,
Very chill.
Yeah, for sure. But Nico doing work, already 3 down, and we're on to hole 5.
Hole 5. I've heard this is a Spanish bunker. I'm not sure what that is, but I know you don't want to be in there.
Yeah, so right below the basket is like basically a little cliff that's like 30 feet high, and it's full of sand, and everybody ends up in there.
Everybody does end up in there.
Yeah.
Nico is looking like he's going to get over there, and no.
He's in there.
Even Nico's in there.
It's only 318, but it's a pump to get up that hill, man.
318 plays like 700.
Absolutely, with that bunker, man. No doubt. It adds at least 200 feet. Yeah.
And Matt played it off, I believe, to the right there. I kind of lost it a little bit.
That'll give you a putt half the time if you're off to the right.
Yeah. It's actually kind of, once you get up there on the right side, as you'll see, Chris pretty much tries to play it.
Yeah.
In there.
You
got a putt.
That's a good drive.
It kind of looks a little further than it actually is.
Mm-hmm. And it's always windy at the top of that hill, too.
Oh, yeah. Monterey's got its fair share of windy greens.
It sure does. So Jason busted out an X-Cal right here.
Yeah, I think he's thinking aim really wide and have it fade towards it.
Wow, that was a great shot.
Yeah. I mean, normally I would think that's not a good idea because you don't want to end up in that pit.
Yeah, but he made it work.
He definitely made it work.
So who's that?
That was Nico.
That was Nico, right on. So it looks like Matt ended up pin high right, and this is for a deuce.
Yeah, to my credit, I was out there with a torn rotator cuff shooting.
Yeah, let's give Ben some love for that.
So, I mean, part of the deal was I had to adapt a lot of times I'm trying to find myself in a place where I can shoot all 4 putts
Oh, gotcha.
without having to move around too much because I was using a tripod, as I don't usually do.
Gotcha. Oh, no.
Chris with a great run.
That would have been a great birdie from Chris. Look at if Jason could get a stroke on the card right here. Come
Yeah.
on, Jay. Oh, you need a little more gotta want it, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a skosh. That would have gone in.
Then again, you fly off the top of that thing, you could be looking at a bogey.
Well, yeah, that could happen too.
Obviously.
Let's not focus on that, though.
Yeah.
Let's focus on some awesome birdies.
Well, true.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Just saying, he might have been erring on the cautious.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him at all.
There's
Is that Michael right there?
Oh yeah, he's coming through with the burritos.
Michael's the homie, man. That guy's awesome.
Definitely, he's
Yeah.
the homie with burritos.
He's the homie. That's like plus. That's
Yeah,
bonus,
plus
that's
2
bonus,
at least.
bonus points a lot.
1 + 1 = 3 in that situation.
For sure. Some synergy, right? As we call
Yes.
it. Yes. So Nico's still at 3 down. We are on to hole 6. We got Michael Moulton being our hole model here.
Yep.
And so there's a pond, ditch, sand trap thing off to the right, which is OB.
Yes.
And it's only like, I want to say 10 feet left of the basket, or the basket's 10 feet left of it.
Maybe even less.
Yeah. So it makes
And Nico-
putting and driving scary. And what happened right there?
Fairly safe hyzer by Nico, just trying to make sure he's in bounds and gives himself a chance at the birdie.
Okay.
And Matt just completely takes the out of bounds out of play. And he's probably 50, 60 left.
He's laying up for par.
Yeah. I'm suspecting Matt had something go wrong in warm-up rounds. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't really totally blame him for doing that.
Maybe he's playing the percentages, you know?
Yeah. Chris Addiego giving a real good run with the
Well,
sidearm.
You know,
He's a little bit on the short side.
that's the safer of the 2 runs if you're going to try to get close, you know?
In a way it is, but in another way, usually people are throwing something like a Firebird
Yeah, this
to
is
make
true,
that
huh?
shot happen. And then if you skip, you're in trouble.
Well, that's very true. I'll give you that.
Oh, Jay almost aced it.
Yeah, just a little bit long. Matt putting for 2, but right at the OB, which is 8 feet behind the basket.
I
And
can't believe he even gave it a safe run.
yeah, he did. He gave a little half go there. Pretty tame, though.
Yeah,
And,
he wanted to make sure he wasn't going out.
Yeah, Chris for a deuce.
This is definitely in range with a little step putt. And believe me, I double checked. He's not foot faulting there.
Yeah.
Those step putts, they're pretty cool. If you get them down, I mean, it seems effective.
Yeah, and Nico keeps on rolling, Ben.
Yeah, great putt by Nico, staring death in the face and nails it.
And Jason left himself with a nice putt, not putting right at OB, and capitalizes.
Yeah, that's an advantage to taking the go at it and go long approach. Is you don't really face the OB so much if you don't get too far left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like you said.
The rest of the gents there tapping in pars.
Yeah,
And we're on to hole 7. One of my favorite holes out here, Ben. I like this one.
I do too. It's they call it the dry lake hole. There is a dry lake that doesn't usually have any water in it.
Yep.
It's full of sand.
Yep, it's full sand. It's off to your right, and there's a narrow fairway off to your left. And
the drop zone does not put you very close to the basket, seeing as it's a par 4 and everything. So.
Yeah. And then your second shot is up this hill, like into the woods. It's just really, really cool hole.
Yeah.
You
There's
feel
a
like a
lot
big-
of glare going on in this hole too,
Is
guys.
there? Gotcha.
Yeah.
And look at it, Nico's rip. And trying, he should be able to, I can clear the lake bait if I go straight at it, so I'm sure they all can.
Yeah, and you can see that one.
Wow.
Pretty good. Yeah, Nico crushing it.
That was fire.
Yeah, very much.
Jason throwing a hyzer flip.
Jason booming the boss, as he likes to do.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the idea is you don't want to finish too far left. Like,
Yeah.
Jason's playing with being behind those trees right there.
Yeah, he should be able to make it work from there, though.
And really, everything left is kind of tough to play from.
And
But-
Matt Bell.
You get it out that far,
Wow, Matt.
yeah, you're good.
God, these are crush jobs, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, clearing the lake is basically like 400, and they're going
Yeah.
way past that.
Yeah. It kind of gets a little shorter if you play it to the left side,
Yeah.
but even then, it's pretty close to 400.
Yeah, Chris didn't get the flip he wanted on that shot. Ended up pretty far left with a pretty tough second shot here.
But he's got the Spike Heiser approach. If you
That's
throw
true.
something fast enough, he should be able to reach it.
Mhm.
And he does. Wow. Very
Wow,
nice.
great up.
Skipping in just about the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm. That'll
But,
play.
he should have more or less a tap in for birdie, honestly.
Yeah. And Jason looking to match that from a little bit closer.
Jason throwing a rock up there for eagle, and he just clears it. Should be also in the sort of tap in for birdie range.
Yeah. And Matt Bell going straight at it.
I believe he's throwing his Cenas here.
Okay.
Just laying that up.
Crazy gets close enough to throw a putter on his second shot on this hole.
That is pretty crazy. And how about this? Nico throwing a Scooby.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, look, parked.
Oh, man.
That is
Jason
funny.
was right behind the camera and said, oh my God, or something like that. He'd just
Really?
never seen anything like that. And, that's coming from a local, so that's
That's
pretty
cool.
cool.
That's awesome, man. Jason with a nice putt for Birdie right there.
Yeah, he had to put a putt in there, and so is Matt.
That
They
sure do.
weren't quite tap ins.
Yeah, they came up just a little bit short.
Oh yeah, but they're both converting with some good putts.
Absolutely.
And
that was
Nico and
Nico's?
Chris, yeah, that was his Scooby.
Dang.
He's kind of looking up at the gap there.
Chris with the shortest drive, but the best upshot. Well, I guess Nico had a little bit better, but.
And Chris had to check that out too. He said, how did he do that?
Very cool. That's a good star frame right there.
It's a very good star frame. That is not an easy par four.
Are you throw replay the Scooby in the side?
Yeah. We're still working with those. It's my first time trying that out on the scorecards.
Nice, man. I like it.
It does cut off the left and right side of the frame a little bit, so I had to work with what I had.
Man, sort of a piano hole, right, Ben?
Legendary piano hole. Unfortunately, the piano has been demolished.
Okay.
But the hole remains. Lots of bendy trees that you want to try to weave one through.
Yeah, good luck with that one, Ben.
Yeah, even Nico couldn't do it.
I see a lot of people throw like forehand rollers to the knees. I know Kevin's a fan of that.
I have seen John Baldwin throw a forehand from the knee off the tee.
Man, if Kevin and John Baldwin do it, it's got to be a good idea.
Got to be a good idea.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, Jason having trouble weaving it. You'll see Matt throw a more conventional sidearm roller from his feet.
From his feet.
Yeah.
If he was really dedicated, he'd throw it from his knees, but we'll take it.
Gotta want it, Ian.
You gotta want it. It's a forehand roller, though. It plays on
sort of disc golf.
Yeah. Oh, Chris also going for it. And he's crouching. We'll give him that, right?
Yeah, I see the crouching tiger hidden roller.
That's terrible.
But the shot was not.
The shot was not.
Right through it and right up to it.
The shot was much better than the joke, man.
Nico tells him he thought he hit the pole or the basket. Chris thought he was way past it when it jumped, but
really,
you'll see he's pretty close.
Wow, anything even remotely close in this hole is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nico came up quite a bit. She's left-hand side of the fairway, if you want to call it that.
I mean, yeah, part of the reason you see people throw forehand rollers so often is to avoid those trees that you saw Nico have to go through on his second shot.
Yeah, the ceiling is just ridiculous on this hole.
Not to mention, one of those trees he hit still left him probably about 40 short.
So you're looking at Jason's second shot. It didn't turn it over quite enough.
Kind of curious to throw a champion rock 3 there. Because you want something to dive right, but I think the logic there was to make sure it got up in the air enough to slide up to it.
Oh, gotcha.
Because if you nosedive right, you might still be looking at a 30-footer. But unfortunately, he caught a branch.
That was Matt for a 2. This is Jason for a par. Going to be taking a 4. This is Nico to save his par.
It's a hole like that hole we saw 2 holes ago where you just don't want to get a bogey, but sometimes you got to hit like putt like that to get par.
Good par save.
There's a few holes in Monterey. They're under 300 feet. They're real hard par 3s.
Oh, man, this one is tricky.
Yep.
Oh, no!
Oh, my. That is one of the more brutal spits, and you see Matt just looking at it.
Did he just realize it?
Just look at it.
He's like, really, man?
How did that happen?
Really,
yeah.
man?
He was set to pick up his stuff and walk it in, and he'd think he probably heard it while he was looking down.
That's Chris's drive?
That's Chris's drive.
Shut up, man.
No, I'm supposed to do commentary.
That's the sweetest drive I've ever seen this hole.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
It's a pretty incredible park job.
Yeah, I'll say so.
And Matt's tapping in a bogey, unfortunately, along with Jason.
All right, now I can happily say the overexposure problems with the cameras start to stop right about here.
Great. Cool.
This hole 9, first of the 2 baseball field holes, as they're known.
I like these ones.
You see OB on the left and right, and then cypress trees right in front of the basket. So it's no easy shot.
Yeah, the shot's kind of over that big cypress tree and get your fade at the end.
Only 372 with some downhill, but you better believe there's some wind. And if you're throwing that spike route, you're throwing over 400 feet.
Yeah, it's usually the headwind on this hole, I want to say.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Throwing at the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And Nico up next after Chris. He's throwing the spike route, man.
He's throwing the spike route because he can.
That's incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Is he getting it there?
Nico throws it with a lot more spike than most people because he can.
That's it.
That's a feature of this course. If you have a big arm, it's going to go a long ways at this course.
Oh, really well.
But if you don't know how to play the wind, it doesn't matter how far you can throw.
Also very true. You'll just be very far in the wrong direction.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Every year, especially the AM tournaments, so you just see such huge numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah. Tons of holes end up OB right on this hole.
Yes.
Or tons of discs, I should say.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And Matt Bell.
Throwing a kind of a wider spike. That should put him pretty safely there if he gets long enough. Oh, wow. He ends up left of it.
Really? Wow.
I think he might have had a little wind pushing right to left or something because that thing really went left.
Sure did. I can see it on his shirt right there. So this is Matt for a 2.
Oh, yeah. Jump putt.
Yeah, a little step jump putt.
Ooh, yeah.
That looks like that headwind got him.
It did. It pushed him up and over, and now he's got a comebacker.
Yep. It looks like Chris is going to have a downwind putt.
Yeah. Chris
Not
putting
easy.
with the Makana. First featured in the Trilogy Challenge last year.
That's the first time I've ever seen a Makana used in a video.
Yeah. You know, I think there's too much stress put out on there with people trying to copy the pros. You got to find the putter that's right for you.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And then it feels better because it's all your own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good try. Just a little low right.
Yeah, Nico was pin high left.
Nico's pissed. But that's, you get your game to that level and you got to get pissed sometimes.
Yep. Good par save from Matt.
A good comebacker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt's rocking the teal. He looks like he might be on the Sharks this year.
Oh, cool.
Sharks are playing pretty good hockey right now. Brent Burns got in a fight tonight.
What?
Oh, Nico.
What?
That wasn't Nico's fault. That thing, just the pole bounced back on him.
Nah, man.
He might have put it a little too hard and too center, but that never seems to be a problem.
Wow, that sucks.
Maybe some wind involved there. I don't know, but
He's having a ridiculous round going so far,
he's
too.
still playing really good, yeah.
Yeah. Still in the lead after that bogey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got a little bit of gallery. I want to give some shout-outs to all the CSU and B guys. They were really sweeping all the tee pads as we went along and just keeping a cool thing going.
Nice, man.
They were good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that is bringing us to hole 10, 322. And the basket's kind of tucked in this little alcove bin.
Yeah, it's kind of a tight little placement shot. The bigger the arm, the more you can spike it.
Yeah, there is an entrance way if you throw like a line drive forehand that fades in.
Yeah, but it's a lot tighter.
Yeah, but most people throw this backhand hyzer over all the trees and hope you can make it far enough to get in the
for
hit
the
the green.
Backhand shot, it's more about landing the right distance than left and right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're too long, you don't have a putt. If you're too short, you might even get a 2-meter penalty.
Yeah, or you might have to pitch out.
You might have to pitch out, yeah. And Chris Addiego was a little bit short and left, so he might have a pretty rough look.
Mm-hmm.
That's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, he flipped it out pretty nicely.
Looks like he's right on it.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that'll work. And Nico up last.
Might be the last time we can say that.
Yeah, I know.
He looks like he's throwing his glow firebird there.
And that looked like it crashed in pretty nicely.
Very nicely, yeah. Nico's on it.
Mm-hmm. And so it looked like Chris did finish a little bit short left, like you said.
Chris did occasionally break out the heart for some long putts or things like this where he really needs it to hook hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he almost cans it.
Wow.
Great run.
That was a tough putt.
Yeah.
So it looks like Mac finished a little long left, Ben.
A little long left, but no more than probably 20, 25 feet. If he had been 10 feet longer, though, that would have been a much hairier putt.
Yeah. Fortunately, it was well within Matt Bell range.
Yeah, and Jason, park job.
Mm-hmm. And Nico even a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Doing some
Nico's still taking his time, but
yes.
He's got that.
He placed his disc in his mini very nicely.
Yeah, he was really particular about it.
Mm-hmm. It worked for him, though, that went in.
It worked for him. It's maybe some magic going there.
It's the important part of it.
Yeah.
So Nico's 5 down, everybody else is 2 down. And I want to say, Ben, that's all we got for part 1.
That's all we have for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, we got it for you. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you around.